There's a kind of power in being able to walk into a room full of people that maybe haven't had the best day, and you can get on stage and then within a few moments you can have everyone laughing and feeling something and make a whole group of people feel connected. And I think it's a really cool, fun experience. It's a great feeling. I may be the captain of the team, but without the team, there's no show. It's the police trying to keep my crazy stalkers away. There's some crazy fans out there. Go away, autographs later. So inappropriate. It's a push, not a pull. I should know that. But see, this is my show, and you've got me answering my own door. Come on in. Welcome. Hello. Come on through. Welcome to Live from St Kilda. St Kilda, you've got to keep an eye. There's some dodgy people out there. There's some dodgy people in here too. Come on through. So this is the theatre where we film Live from St Kilda with Ben Murphy every Tuesday night. We have a live studio audience that come and they enjoy all the fun, the games, the prizes. They get to rub shoulders with celebrities and musicians. It's a whole lot of fun, and this is where the magic happens. Come see. It's an absolutely gorgeous theatre here, the Alex Theatre.
Before you show us around, let's sit down for a chat.
Ben, we're thrilled to have you at Foreign Influence.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very, very excited.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born in New South Wales in a place called Penrith, but I grew up in Brisbane in a little small beach town called Redcliffe, which is about 20 minutes north of Brisbane.
What were your favourite activities when you were a child?
Magic. I was obsessed with magic. Really, really got hooked into entertaining and that from a very, very young age. Absolutely love that. And also had a bit of a passion for marine biology, like studying science and reading books on animals. So they were the two things that I was obsessed about as a kid.
And living in the sea town, so it would have been very helpful, yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used to go down, and when it was low tide, I'd go and look in all the rock pools. And I got in trouble. I found a blue-ringed octopus down the beach, and I captured it and put it in a container and took it to school for show and tell. And I must have been 12 or something, and the teachers at school were freaking out because I've got this, one of the world's most deadliest animals, and I'm like,
but
look what I've got.
Isn't it the most intelligent, the blue-ring octopus?
I'm not sure about that. I know octopuses in general are like super intelligent, but I do know they're really, really deadly, and a 12-year-old boy had no business.
Did you get a day off?
I got in trouble. My parents got called to school that day. What is your son doing with this deadly animal at school?
So you liked entertainment from your childhood. But how did you get involved in the entertainment industry?
I started sort of busking and performing whenever my family would go for picnics and things. When I was about 12, 13, I'd sort of set up a sign and say, magic show at 12 o'clock, and I'd go around the park and I'd tell everyone to come and watch the magic show. And I think it just started organically from that and just built and built. I had a passion for acting, so I went to university to study acting, and it just kind of naturally progressed from that.
Tell me about your acting career, because you did have a very successful, well, still do have a very successful acting career.
I don't know whether it was hugely successful. I did, I had small parts in Neighbours and TV shows like Rush, and appeared in a few films, a whole lot of commercials. And acting was sort of my real passion, what I really wanted to do. And then my work as a magician, illusionist, just kind of overtook that because it was paying bills and it was getting me to travel. So it kind of became this battle where I sort of resented magic, but it was paying my bills, but I really wanted to act, so it was a bit of fun.
How did you choose the style of the entertainment?
For me, I think the magic was just something, because I was quite a sick child, so I was in hospital a lot of the time, and I remember the clown doctors would show me magic tricks, and they'd make me laugh while I was quite sick and getting, treatment and things. So I found that interesting, that you could do something and you could make people be amazed but also laugh as well. So I think that's what got me into magic. But for me, any way to entertain people, whether it was telling jokes, whether it was playing a character, whether it was doing little skits, I was up for anything that was a way to entertain. And magic just became the one that paid. So I think that's why I led towards that one there.
Oh, fascinating, fascinating. So you actually had it inside you that you wanted to help people.
Yeah. There's always...
To distract people,
well, there's just
from daily worries.
Yeah, there's something magical about, you see a room full of people, and there's a kind of power in being able to walk into a room full of people that maybe haven't had the best day, and you can get on stage, and then within a few moments you can have everyone laughing and feeling something and make a whole group of people feel connected. And I think that's it's a really cool, fun experience. It's a great feeling.
How did you come up with the concept Live from St Kilda show with Ben Murphy?
Go through. So we're here on set at Live from St Kilda. So our studio's just over there. We've got people setting up. So this came, I was touring in China, doing a magic and illusion show, and I'd been on and off touring in China for about 8 years, and then coronavirus happened and everything got shut down. So I ended up back in Australia, unemployed, and like a lot of entertainers, really quite depressed and struggling to get out of bed of a day and didn't know what to do with my life. I had no income. And so I started doing some like podcasts and video interviews with celebrities, and then some people...
Keeping yourself busy,
just
giving
to keep
yourself a reason
busy
to
and just
stay motivated.
A reason to hop out of the pajamas for a couple of hours a day. And they ended up being quite successful. People were enjoying them, and a lot of the celebrity people that I was interviewing just through Zoom were saying, you're quite natural at this and you're quite good at this, you should do something with it. And then an opportunity came up with Channel 31 for me to put those Zoom chats on Channel 31. And I said, look, if I'm going to do a TV show, I don't want it to be Zoom, I want it to be big. And so I went to my bank account, pulled out some money and made this epic production that we've got happening at the moment.
It is an epic production. In fact,
it's so big.
Last week when I was here, the number of people who are involved is phenomenal.
It's insane. We've got a team of 36 volunteers. Each week they come and they dedicate themselves to the show and making it as good as they can. It's crazy. It's amazing to have this many people that all believe in the same project. And I think for a lot of people too, because we started filming last year during lockdown, it gave a lot of the behind the scenes people a reason to also get out of the house and sink them teeth in. And then when this season came about, people had so much fun last year. They're like, let's come back. And it's just got bigger and bigger. I may be the captain of the team, but without the team, there's no shows. It's the police trying to keep my crazy stalkers away. There's some crazy fans out there. Go away, autographs later. So inappropriate.
Volunteers do you have?
So the show's currently got about 36 to 40 volunteers that work on it weekly that come on in. Before I show you my theatre, which is just through here, I'm going to take you up and show you the control room. This way. So the control room is where everything that's happening on stage is controlled. We have about 8 people that work here when the shows are recording. At the moment we're setting up for the shows. The show won't start till a little bit later on. And we've got 7 cameras on set, and up here's where they cut and edit and fix the sound and make it all shiny and good. Come on this way.
Oh wow, so the day has just begun and you already have it's full of people in the room.
So it's only 3 o'clock. We don't start rehearsals till about 4:30, and then we don't start filming till 7:30. But all the crews start arriving nice and early, and they set it up. Let's go meet some of them.
Hello, everybody.
This is one of our producers, George.
Hi.
I'm not allowed to swear because Ben's here.
Oh dear.
There's a few characters that work up here, so I'm so thankful that I'm down on the stage and not locked up in here. But there's a couple of us. We've got Caitlin and Chris and Josh and Laura over here.
Hello.
As you can see, how many screens do we have up here, Chris?
Well, there's 4 monitors. There's 4 monitors, and the lower ones are all divided up, so each one of those little squares represents an input to the mixer. So, and the director looks cross-eyed at all those little, so you can see camera 1, camera 2 and so forth. And then your other ones are your supers, your computers. And this is where all the computer CGI is that drives the screen. And we do all our graphics and everything like that.
And I'm sure some of that will be put in English, so you know what the heck he was saying. I know most people won't. There's subtitles.
Camera control over there, so the cameraman point, zoom the camera, and the technician sits there and he can open and close the iris and colour balance the camera so everything matches.
So who makes the decision from which camera?
The director?
The director.
That's Tim. That's
Okay.
the old bugger with a beard and a hat.
Ah, okay.
And then we've got Laura who controls all the graphics you can see on the back of the screen. So that's filming down to the stage, which we'll head to in a moment. You can see people walking around, and then Josh is operating the sound.
Yes, this is our big 32-channel sound desk that we probably only use like 10 channels of.
Only 10.
Yeah, so
only.
if something's turned down on here, you can't hear it when we record it. If it's turned up, we can. So when Ben goes to the toilet and we accidentally leave it up, we try not to
Yes,
turn
it took me a
that
few weeks to realise that this records when I'm going to the toilet. We're going to turn it off. But come this way.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, this is Alex, one of our other graphic artists, who looks after a lot of things. I mean, it's one of those things, everyone thinks that show business is glamorous, but as you can see, a lot of it's just dark corridors and dirty staircases. But we're going to show you where the magic really happens, and that's down on the stage, right this way. This is always my favourite part of the week, walking in to this studio where we filmed the TV series.
Oh, wow. I love
Yeah, and this is the home of Live from St Kilda. So we squish in our audience. We keep the audience small. We pop them all on this side because it's filmed for TV, not specifically for a live audience. And then we have all the cameras here. This is Tim, who's the director. He's down here setting up, but he'll work upstairs, calling all the shots and making it all work. We've got Darcy over here, who operates everything that I say. So we pop my script in here, and Darcy controls that, and it comes up on this screen here for me to read. And we go through a lot of chats and rework this before we start rehearsals.
Who came up with an idea of how to decorate your stage?
So we had the graphics department design the background off ideas that I submitted. I was like, I want something with bricks and so forth. And then a couple of us came up with just the general chat show sort of set. But it's an entire team effort that all work on that. We've got James, who works on sound, doing the voiceover for the show. He does the voice. Please welcome Ben Murphy when I get out of things.
Your voice.
That's me.
I love it. I love
thank
the
you.
voice. Yes.
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Do you have to practice a lot?
No, not really. I was just...
He speaks daily, so he's kind of...
That's how you are. Oh, wow. Yeah. Because it's entertaining, but with authority.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
I have trained as an actor, so
Yeah, okay.
that's probably
Yeah.
part of it as well. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Well,
I wish I had that voice. There's a nice sort of...
well, you just have to learn
Mine's a bit like
Yeah.
high-pitched and irritating, I think. Well, the crew certainly think my voice is irritating, but that's probably more the personality.
Today, Elina Reddy from Foreign Influence is interviewing Ben Murphy from Live from St Kilda.
Ben, do you get nervous before going on stage?
Do you know, I always do, and I think I used to be really worried about the nerves, but the more I think about it is when you're nervous about something, it means you still care about it and you want it to be good. So I don't get sort of crippling nervousness, but I always get like butterflies, and sometimes you might get a bigger celebrity on the show too that you're a genuine fan of, and like when you're meeting someone that you look up to and you think's wonderful, of course you're going to get nervous and you're like talking to these people, but it's great. This is it's crazy. I mean, I've got a TV show with my name and in this beautiful big theatre and this amazing crew. It blows me away.
Do you get up and think, oh my God, I actually pulled this off? Like, it was a dream?
Yeah.
But I made it happen.
Every Tuesday night, without fail, I finish the show here. I drive home, I get home about midnight, and I get teary and I cry and I get just overwhelmed. And I always messaging to the crew.
It's just the emotion.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I love you guys. Look what we did.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, because it's a lot building up to the moment, and it's a lot of work for the entire crew, and it's a big show, as you can see.
And what do you love the most?
I don't think I can pinpoint just one thing that I love, but something that I really love is the fact that everyone's here volunteering and working together towards a goal. Like, people are studying this at university and this is helping their career, or they're doing it just for fun. It's just the atmosphere here and the friendliness of everyone, and the fact that every week people turn up. To me, I think that's pretty special.
And they're here because they believe in you.
Well, they believe in the show, so I think the show's a collective of everyone. So I think, it's like a football team. I may be the captain of the team, but without the team, there's no show. So we all work together and work hard and all pull it off. Some weeks just I don't know how we do it. Some weeks we're like, how do we do that? Yeah. Everything's gone wrong and we just managed to scrape it together.
Well, I would like to congratulate you on such an epic success. I am very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. It's the police trying to keep my crazy stalkers away. There's some crazy fans out there. Go away, autographs later. So inappropriate. Today, Elina Reddy from Foreign Influence is interviewing Ben Murphy from Live from St Kilda.
How did you manage to get everyone on board?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. It started off. Yeah, it may have been. Like, it started off, I think we put a call out looking for volunteers, and we started off with maybe 10 people. We were filming with no audience. And then we're like, oh, we need someone extra for this. And then people would tell their friends. And we just kind of naturally grew and grew. And then we haven't been able to get rid of anyone. Everyone's just staying around and they're having so much fun. I mean, you've seen how lovely everyone is. You were on set last week. Hello! How are you? So good to see you. Thank you so much for coming here.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's so exciting. I love your audience.
How good is this audience tonight? I've got to say, you look absolutely gorgeous tonight. Oh, look at that. That is stunning. You're putting me to shame. It's such a fun...
Such a great atmosphere.
It is. Everyone's really friendly and happy, and the energy's just exciting. And I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? It's great.
And how do you find guests to invite them to be on the show?
A mix of very sneakily DMing people and contacting directly, but also I've, over the years, through work in radio and working as a magician and performing for different events and having met a lot of celebrities and publicists through that, just reaching out to a lot of my personal contacts and asking, hey, would so-and-so be available, and seeing it out that way.
How do you find inspiration for your comedic material?
A lot of my comedy work, something's going crazy. The ambulance is out there, or the police. There's always something crazy. Maybe it's the police trying to keep my crazy stalkers away. There's some crazy fans out there. Go away, autographs later. So inappropriate.
Because it's much easier to make people cry than to make people laugh. And yet you managed to pull it off so well.
Oh, thank you. I do try. I just find that there's humour in everything, and I think the world is such a tough place at the moment that all we need is laughter. So even if there's I guess my defence mechanism too is to use humour, and so it's always been that way, and it just sort of comes naturally. I just love to make people laugh, and it's just something I really enjoy.
And you're very successful at that.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how successful yet, but we're working on it. We're slowly getting there.
I love how you have every episode that starts with you rolling in a Hummer limousine, you're getting out with your extravagant hairstyle. How did that come about?
It's a stacked show tonight with fantastic comedy, ARIA Award winner Vassie, Mark Trevorrow, aka Bob Down, zooming in for a chat, and somebody borrow my heart because Taylor Henderson is performing live in the studio. And here comes our host now, Ben Murphy. Oh, forgive me, it appears Ben's alter ego is in attendance tonight. Jan Herfy.
We wanted to set up each episode where the big star of the show is arriving. He's arriving in a limo, and then the fans are going crazy lining up the street. And then I get out of the car. But we wanted it to be a running gag that every time that I get out of the limo, it's a different way. It's just it's a way to sort of, I guess, say to the audience that haven't seen the show at the very beginning that we don't take ourselves seriously, that it's a comedy show, it's fun. And I think as someone who hosts a show and makes fun of other people in my show, like in the opening monologue and that, I think it's then important that I'm able to make fun of myself to show that it's not an ego thing, and that, you know, with comedy, you've got to be able to, if you're going to make jokes about others, you have to be able to make it about yourself too. And I think that's what the opening skit is. It's just having a bit of fun and saying, hey, it's just jokes, let's have a good time.
Well, that's something I look forward to. I'm thinking, oh, what is Ben going to pull off this
What's been
time?
your favourite, how I've arrived?
I really love how it said that it was supposed to be someone else and it was you.
I was cancelled that week,
yes,
that's right.
Yes, I love that one. But I love
cheeky.
them all, really.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Here comes our new host. Oh, it's still Ben Murphy.
Mommy, I thought I'm getting a new house.
Everyone makes mistakes, son.
All right, here he is, folks. The irreplaceable Ben Murphy.
Thank you, good evening, hello, I'm Ben Murphy and welcome to the show. How are you all feeling? Oh, that is good. You know, some people accuse me of being too nice. I'm too accommodating at times, and I'm okay with that. They say nice guys are the best in bed, which is a good trait to have, as a nice guy always finishes last. I pride myself on being a nice guy, down to earth, warm, approachable, relatable. So I was a little bit upset this week when I overheard some of my crew making a bit of a joke about me. I know, I wasn't very nice. They said, how many Ben Murphys does it take to change a light bulb? 1, because the whole world revolves around him. Not nice.
What do you do in your spare time for relaxation and enjoyment?
Spare time. I remember that from years ago. It's not something I've had much of lately. As you know, doing a TV show weekly, there's a lot of work that goes involved. And so I'm pretty much working 7 days a week on this show. But I like to read a lot. I've got a fireplace at home. I love to sit by the fireplace and read a book. And that's sort of my downtime. Relaxing is just sort of forgetting about the world and just being cozy or cuddling up with my partner.
Tell me about your partner. How long have you been together?
So we've been together for 18 years now.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So since I was 2, because I'm only 20, obviously. No. So yeah, very long time, and it's just nice to have a partner who's not in the entertainment industry, and it allows you to go home and be more grounded. And you know, I think as an entertainer, to be successful, you have to have a world outside of entertainment as well. So I really try and balance a lot of that with family and have very few friends that are in the industry, you know, just so I can work is work and family is family.
So when you're off camera, what would you prefer, a night in or a night out?
A night in, hands down. As soon as I go home, I'm in my pajamas and I'm sitting by the fire reading a book. That's with a cup of chamomile tea. That's, you know, I think a lot of people assume that I'm quite gregarious and outgoing and loud. And I think, like a lot of performers, the real me isn't so much that. I think I get my fix doing the show. But yeah, private me's, I like the quiet life.
How do you see yourself going forward with the show?
The show eventually and hopefully is going to be picked up Australia-wide. We have so many chat shows from overseas like Graham Norton and James Corden and Ellen, and there's nothing like that that's made here in Australia anymore.
Yes.
And we've got incredible talent here. We have big celebrities from overseas coming all the time, like Harry Styles and Adele. They come and perform, but there's nowhere for them to go.
Yep.
And so I want Live from St Kilda with Ben Murphy Fridays to be the place that they come and chat, you know. And I think we're close to it.
Yes.
You know, it's in the pipeline.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight.
Ah, thank you.
On
Very
stage.
exciting stage.
Yes. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for being a guest on our show for an interview.
No, my absolute pleasure.